Max, this is Maggie's father.
Hey, that's okay. I know how that always makes your day.
Anyway, as I was saying, Uncle John, this is a very dear friend of ours. This is Max Holt.
It's nice to meet you. And a heck of a coincidence because Maggie and I were just talking about you.
Were you?
Yeah. Look, please don't mind our appearance. It's not what it looks like. I was just teaching Maggie how to make a drink, and it's really very funny.
Forget it, Max. It's sad, but my dad has absolutely no sense of humor.
That's not true, Maggie.
Oh, really?
Maggie?
Okay, then. Prove it. Come on, Daddy. How about a smile?
Well, perhaps we can all try this again. Start over.
Okay. That's a great idea. Great idea, Uncle John. Let's just start over, okay? Max, what do you say that we give Maggie and her dad some time alone, okay?
No, Andrew. Wait. We can go back to the rectory or something.
Well, you want to dry off, I imagine. I'm sorry that our phone conversation took a bad turn earlier. I really did want to be here for Sloane's memorial. And I know that you're hurt, that I couldn't make it. But it couldn't be helped.
Well, it's okay. I mean, Andrew explained. He said that there was some problem with the diocese. Actually, I've been pretty busy here, too. I've been meaning to get down to see you for the past few weeks, but I've gotten pretty involved here in Lambview.
Sorry to pull you away like that, Max. It's just that Maggie and her dad, they got a few things they have to settle.
Yeah, I picked that up. Maggie's kind of hard to figure out. Most of the time she's a real hoot joking around, but you never guess there's all that anger underneath.
Maggie's real good at covering. A lot of emotion, though. A lot of sorrow.
So, business as usual at the church, huh?
Mm-hmm. What's happened with your work? Why aren't you teaching?
Well, I told you, Daddy, that I'm taking some time off. I miss the kids, though. I mean, it's a special needs class, a great bunch of kids. A lot of them are hearing impaired, They remind me a lot of Mark.
Let's not get started on that subject.
Look, we both know we have to talk about him. It might be now or never.
Be that as it may, this is hardly the time or the place.
There will never be a right time, but we have to talk about it. We have to move past the blame, Daddies, for both our sakes.
There's nothing to settle about blame here, Maggie. I'm telling you now, once and for all, that I am not responsible for your brother's death. My conscience is clear on this. I don't need any forgiveness.
Come on, Daddy. Sure you do.
I beg your pardon.
Well, we all need forgiveness, don't we? Don't we? I mean, isn't that what you always preach? Isn't it, Daddy? Damn it, we started this. By God, we're gonna finish it.
Don't you curse at me.
Don't be a father to me, all right? This is our chance, you and me. If we don't talk about this now, there may never be another chance.
I tell you, Max, you can't put them in the same room for 2 minutes. They're worse than my dad and I ever were.
Should we intervene?
No, not now. They're talking about Mark. Mark, that's Maggie's brother.
Well, how do you know that?
I know, believe me, they're talking about Mark. That's the fuse that always sets him off.
Well, why is Maggie's brother such a loaded subject?
It's always been a sensitive issue, especially with Maggie. I don't know, I think it has to do with the fact that Uncle John couldn't accept Mark's handicap.
What, the deafness?
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow that little imperfection was insurmountable.
Who are you to lecture me? Talk about preaching to the converted. Did you ever once come to my church?
You know what, Daddy? I don't need to hear that speech again. I've heard it too many times as it is. You know, I thought that we could try to find a way to talk to each other, you know, after all this time. I figured, hey, I grew up. Maybe you did too.
For your information, there are some who think you will probably never grow up. Still the rebellious teenager. You can't put two sentences together without attacking me.
Daddy, this is not about me. This is about whether or not you're ready to face the truth so we can finally be honest with each other.
You want to face the truth? All right, here it is. The truth is you have been nothing but a source of humiliation to me since practically the day you learned to talk. You have tried throughout your life to spite me in every way your sordid little mind could come up with, including by abandoning the faith that is my life and becoming a Catholic.
An unpardonable sin if ever there was one. Give me
All
a ring.
right, then let's leave religion out of it. How about when you were thrown out of college, delivered by the police to the door of the church, my church? And now look at you. Here you are in a public place, reeking of alcohol, practically tearing the clothes off of who knows what kind of man. I had hopes, faint though they were, that Andrew could lead you back onto the right path. But it is clear to me, even if it isn't to him, that you will never be anything but a whore.
Well, you want to throw stones? That's fine, Daddy. Let's throw stones. I'm a whore, okay? But it's a damn sight better than being a murderer like you.
You stop this
I will
right
not stop,
now!
and I don't care who hears me because it's the God's honest truth. You killed Mark.
Is it with you that you can't seem to muster any
Stay
respect
out of
for
it,
anyone
stay
or
out of it.
anything?
Wait,
Stay out of it.
Uncle John, please, excuse me. I just want you to remember how much you wanted to be here, how much you wanted to talk to your father, work things out and find some peace with
Yeah,
this.
well, I was stupid.
Okay, maybe this isn't the right time.
Sometimes we don't get to choose, Andrew. Whether it's right or not, now is when it's happening.
Why don't the three of us sit down, find a way to work this...
Andrew, please, just go, okay? I need to do this alone. Look, Daddy, I'm sorry that I keep losing it. I'm sorry that we have to talk about this here and now. In fact, I'm sorry we have to talk about it at all, but if we don't, there's no hope for us, and you know that.
Maggie, I don't know what you have convinced yourself happened. I can't even imagine. But no one is to blame for your brother's death. Don't try to find reasons. It was a senseless accident.
That's not what Mom said.
Maggie, your mother...
She told me everything that happened.
Maggie, your mother, God rest her soul, was a very troubled woman. She was a hopeless alcoholic. She invented things.
She did not invent this.
There's no distinguishing what she created out
Will
of...
you, for once in your life, tell the truth? Mark's death was no accident. He killed himself. Didn't he? Didn't he? If my mother was a drunk, it was because you drove her to drink. Same as you drove your son to suicide.
No one ever proved that.
Yeah, why is that? Why is that? Is it because the good bishop couldn't face up to what he'd done, so he burned the note? Huh? I mean, what would your flock have thought? Your son dying in a firearms accident, not being buried in the church. People would have wondered. They would have started to talk, put two and two together, and come up with suicide. Oh, my God, how incredibly unseemly. Come on, Daddy. Come on. Own up to your sins, all right? Confession is good for the soul. You killed him, Daddy. You killed him same as if you put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger yourself. And when you were finished with him, you drove my mother to drink herself to death. You know what? I thank God I got away from you. Otherwise, you would have killed me, too.
Okay, listen, Uncle John, why don't we take you back and get you settled? And then we'll work this out later. We will. We'll find a way.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just catching up on a few things with the old man.
Sure.
I blew that. I was supposed to find some way to forgive that bastard. Oh, man. It's my one big chance. I blew it.